Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys or sharing with you guys 3 powerful lessons that I learned. And all of these things are going to help you to manifest your dream life. I learned each of these lessons from each of the ladies that was with me on the retreat this past weekend. Of course, every woman there was a very powerful manifester and a very powerful goddess. And we all taught each other things. And I know I had my main lessons that I learned from each of them, just from their essence and their being, and the way that they moved. And each of these ladies is living a life that a lot of people are trying to manifest, in the way that each of them were financially, not just financially stable, but financially prosperous, and did not work. Did not, you know, I want to say one of them had a business that she, does, but her business is not supporting her. It's just something she does that, she loves to do. Like, she has, each one of them were extremely abundant with no job. And this is something that a lot of people are interested in manifesting. And each of their ways of being really led to that. And I just want to share it with you guys, okay? Hey, Summer. Hey, Lyric. Hey, Heaven. Hey, Simba. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. I was going to do a get ready with me and record another video for you guys, because I have another video on, well, I won't spoil it, but maybe I'll make it tomorrow. I don't know, you guys. I am tired. You can probably tell. I'm exhausted. So after I do this, I'm just going to relax and take the evening for myself. And but yeah, before I get started, this is the Master Manifestors channel. Here we talk about manifestation, law of assumption, spirituality, all of that great, good stuff. So if you're interested, then you should totally subscribe and be a part of the channel. I did launch my membership. So if you guys are interested in my 21-day scripting challenge that is going on for manifesting your dream life, you will have 21 journal prompts and instructions to help you to focus consistently and persistently on creating your dream life. That is on tier 2. And we will be having our first group coaching for the month on the 15th, which I believe is next Tuesday. So if you would like to join tier 3, that is where the group coaching is taking place. If you're a part of my Patreon, or you were, a Patreon is ending this month. But if you were a part, that group coaching was a part of the Patreon. So you guys are invited as well. And yeah, if you want to join the tiers, you guys, you can only do, if you have an Apple phone, you can only do, basically join from a computer. So you can't join from your phone. You can't join from the app. It's nothing that I can do. That's YouTube and Apple. Apparently they have some type of issue. I don't know. So yeah. All right, let's get into the first one. One of the girls there, her name is Myra. And oh my God, I said her name as soon as she popped on. That's hilarious. Hi, Myra. So Myra is like a super love goddess. She's like love embodied as a person. She's like the energy of love as a person. Like, when I met her, she, like, immediately, I just loved her. Like, all of us at the retreat had that experience where we were all instantly connected and instantly, like, it was like we already knew each other, which of course we know how these things go, right? We did already know each other. But she is the embodiment of love, right? And it's not only her energy. I mean, even in her energy, right? Like, her energy was showing us how she was embodied in love, but even the things that she would say, her way of being was seeing everything through the eyes of love. Every single thing that was unfolding, she saw through the eyes of love. Everything that she was expecting, she expected through the eyes of love and abundance. And she had this writing an abundant, just kind of self-concept that every single thing is working out for me. Even the things that are appearing negative to me, I'm seeing them as it can only work out for me. And of course, that's apparent in her life, right? She traveled all year. She's spending this year, renovating her home. And she's still quite young, she's still not in her 30s yet. So she didn't have this handed to her, right? Like she came up, and I'm not going to get all into her personal story, but she had her own adversities that she came through in a very graceful and beautiful and loving way. And her perspective of everything was just positive, that everything must be working out for her, right? Everything must be working out for her. But just the embodiment and the essence of love, you guys, is the closest thing that you can get to God, right? When you choose to see everything through love, when you choose to see, because this is the thing, she was very aware of the perspectives that each of us had on anything, any given thing, and like we were talking about pain in the body. And she would say, but how do you know that that pain is indicating a problem, right? Like, how do you know that that pain is not indicating that whatever the illness or whatever the thing is that's going on within you is leaving your body now, right? That gives you guys kind of an idea of what I mean when I say that her perspective was all love and favor and things working out for you. So that is the first lesson, you guys, is to embody love and decide, no matter what, you guys, that every single thing is working out for you. Because who gets to decide that, right? A lot of the time last year, while I was going through a lot of stuff, I really felt like everything was going against me, right? It felt like everything was against me. And I was choosing to see it that way. And so things continued to appear that way. And it was the moment that I decided to stop seeing these things, even though they were not great things, right? I started to decide to see those things as positive. I started to decide that no matter what I was seeing, my life was unfolding in a positive way. Okay? Oh my gosh. Lyric, if you have to check them, just kick them out. We don't need them here. So I started to just decide to see things in a positive way. Okay? And that was really when things started to change. We talked about this at the retreat too. I believe, was it at the retreat? It could have been a session, I don't know. But someone was asking me, like, when did things really change for you? What shifted in your life? And one of the things that really shifted in my life was me deciding to appreciate my life, right? Me deciding to appreciate what I had instead of constantly, and this is something that I talk about where the law of assumption can kind of put you into the state of what's missing. Because you realize, oh, I have so much power. If I have so much power, I should be living a much better life than this, right? And that feeling, that identity of I should be living a much better life than this it doesn't always, sometimes it leads you to creating that, but sometimes it leads you to pushing against every single experience in your life. Making every single experience in your life, this isn't good enough, this not good enough, this, oh, well, what's the next thing, what's the next thing? And it gets you in a perpetual feeling of lack, So embody love, be love, choose to see love in everything that you can, okay? So next, the next thing was to shift your dominant identity, right? Shift your dominant identity. So this was from Kimani. Now I have to tell you guys how Kimani manifested herself there, because when she, thank you, Mackenzie. When she basically she emailed me, and she lives in Atlanta already. So she basically was like, she didn't want to pay all that money, and she already had a place to stay. So she was like, can I just come, for the activities? And I was like, no, it's an all-inclusive thing. And she told me, she was like, I'm going to meet you one day, one way or another. And she was just adamant about that. And I was like, yeah, definitely, totally, And so that was that. And so then before the retreat happened, we had a few people actually cancel, right? And so one of the people that canceled specifically asked me um, to give her spot to someone. She specifically asked me to give her spot to someone. And it was like a couple of days before the retreat started. So I couldn't, like who's gonna get a plane ticket and fly over here? You know what I mean? So, but I knew Kimani and I was like, well, she lives here. She lives here. So she got to come for absolutely no charge. And she was such a perfect addition to the ladies. I mean, all of us, you guys, we like instantly bonded um, at the retreat and all throughout it. It was just everything was perfect. And so, what her main lesson was that your dominant belief is what's creating your dominant identity, excuse me, is what's creating your reality, right? So, this is the thing, you guys. A lot of people are trying to flip thoughts. A lot of people are trying to force things and force beliefs and assumptions that just don't have a place to go with the self-concept that they currently hold. Okay. So shifting your dominant identity, you guys, this is why people experience hot and cold behavior, because they're shifting their thought. They may even temporarily shift their state or their assumptions, but they're not shifting their identity. Some people have an identity. Somebody in my comments, I was going through my comments just a minute ago, and someone was like, I always try to manifest money. I believe it's going to happen and nothing ever happens. And I feel frustrated because I'm like, I could have spent that time doing something else. I could have been more productive with my time, right? And I totally get that, you guys, because I used to feel like that with money a lot, to where I felt like, I did everything right. I was expecting it. I thought I was in the mood and the money didn't come. And the identity, though, even the identity of things don't work out for me, right? Things don't work out for me. I don't get what I want. I'm not a good manifester. Everything I try to manifest doesn't work, right? Like that, you guys, it almost neutralizes everything that you're doing, because at the baseline of everything, you just believe that it's not going to work out for you, so it can't, right? Or believing that money is the one thing that you can't do or can't manifest, right? That's a dominant identity. So not only are you trying to manifest money, and a lot of people who have trouble manifesting money are trying to manifest millions of dollars with like -$7 in their bank account, right? And you guys, it's like I said in a previous video, it's not that that is impossible, right? But you want to start building the belief that, yes, I can manifest money. When you are at -7 in your bank account and you're manifesting millions of dollars or a lottery win, like the state that you're in is of lack. And then you're trying to manifest something like your state currently, as far as, let's say, like the vibrational scale or your state of consciousness or your money identity is down here. And you're trying to come here. You're trying to make a huge jump up here, which is possible, right? But those jumps, being able to make huge shifts, you guys, come from knowing that you are the creator of your reality. Knowing that not only knowing that you are the creator of your reality, but also knowing that you can affect anything and all of those little things. Because a lot of us are like, well, I'm the God of my reality. I can create my reality. There are these things that I can create, but I'm having trouble with these other things. Well, maybe you have a concept that says I can create these things easily, but I can't create these things easily, right? So in order to create these huge shifts and things that are problematic for you in your reality, you want to really be centered in your God identity, right? Centered in the identity that you are above anything that could be showing itself to you, including money and abundance, right? So start to prove to yourself, instead of -7, right? Instead of -7, start something small. My bank account's never in the negative, right? That will happen like overnight for you. And then it's not even about, because I know people are like, well, I don't want my bank account to not just be negative. I want millions of dollars, but this is your step in that direction, right? So when you wake up and you see that, oh wow, I told my bank account that it's never negative, and now it's never negative. Wow. My words control my bank account. Now you form that belief. So now when you say, you know what, I'm going to manifest $100 tomorrow, you manifest that, it happens. Wow, I can make bigger and bigger. I can go from never in the negative to $100. Now I can go to 1,000, right? And maybe even by the time you get to 1,000, you've done it enough to where like, wow, I can create anything, right? Now I can see myself with the lottery. But what is your dominant identity, right? A lot of people that are trying to manifest millions of dollars have the dominant identity of lack. And that's why they feel like the lottery is their savior, right? The lottery will save me from my lack, but you can save yourself. You can mentally free yourself from that identity of lack, and that will bring in money, maybe from the lottery, maybe from wherever, right? And this is the thing too about the identity, you guys, is the identity you always have access to. A lot of people are trying to rearrange things in their life, rearrange things in their reality. And they're not going within where things actually stem from, right? They're not going within where things actually stem from. They're looking at the furthermost evidence of what's going on and trying to change it there while being the same person. And it makes sense because most of you guys are learning the law of assumption from YouTube, which I'm just going to be real with you guys. YouTube has a lot of very wonderful channels other than mine, of course. Like my channel is a great channel. People are talking about Be Something Wonderful, great channel. Awaken the God Self with Candace, great channel, right? But even them, even me, we are giving you a secondary teaching, okay? I always suggest to go to the source, which is Neville, who is the person who coined this law of assumption thing. And some people are like, that's not true. It's the Bible, okay? But y'all tell me, I'm sure there's other teachers, but Neville is the most popular known person who interprets the Bible as a metaphor, okay? Even though, yes, he's teaching out of the Bible, but nobody is knowing the Bible to be a metaphor, right? Until it's explained to us, okay? So your core identity, your dominant identity is what is expressing. Not so much like, yes, your beliefs, your assumptions, the things that you're saying are also expressing. But when you want to stop having to do so much work and do so much fixing here and fixing there and fixing here and fixing there, like come into the identity of the person, and the thoughts and the beliefs and assumptions, the actions will automatically follow, right? Choose a new identity, okay? Because a lot of people say, I don't want to be this anymore, and they leave it at that. I don't want to be this anymore. I don't want to be broke anymore. I don't want to be lonely anymore, right? I don't want to hate myself anymore, but what do you want to be? Who do you say that you are now, right? Who do you say that you are now? Okay, you've stopped saying that you're that, but who are you now? You need to define who you decide to be now and give yourself a new direction and a new dominant identity, right? And the last one is Manisha. She is a client that I had, and she also just travels the world. Every time I talk to her, right? Every time I talk to her, she's coming from somewhere, going somewhere. Once again, she's not working to get this money. She just has it. Her affirmation that she loves is, I get paid to exist. And something that I learned from her is deserving, right? It's deserving. This is something that I talk about in a few other videos when I talk about money. And I talk about, especially those of you who want to make money without working, right? And a lot of people, here's the thing about money, right? Here's the thing about a lot of people who want to make money without working. is a lot of them, and this is not everybody, but a lot of them are coming from, I don't have anything valuable to offer, right? I don't have anything valuable to offer that people will pay for. So the only way that I can receive money is by like a windfall, right? But that identity of I don't have anything valuable to offer, I'm not valuable, is the reason why you struggle to make money. So it's not that you have to have a business, but you have to see value in your just existence. You have to see value. You have to see that your existence, you just being here, you just waking up and breathing air, is enough for you to get paid handsomely, right? For you to get paid handsomely. And that's the belief that she has, right? So each of these ladies have traveled the world. It was like me seeing, because a belief that I've been creating myself, you guys, is that the more I relax, the more I receive. The more I relax, the more I receive. That's why I'm not going to make a video after this one, because usually I'd be like, no, I need to make this video. I'm going to be busy tomorrow. Da, 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 da. No, I don't have to. No, I can relax. And the more I relax, the more I receive. So, but you have to feel, and I don't care, people like, oh, you don't have to feel like that. Whatever. I don't care, you guys. Like, y'all, I don't care what you believe that's in opposition to what I believe. This platform is just me telling you what I believe. And if it helps you, it helps you. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. So, but yes, in my opinion, when you value yourself, when you know that you're worthy, things work out much better for you, and you receive much freer, and you receive in much more abundance without having to do so much. A lot of people try and earn their value. And as long as you're trying to earn your value is always going to be like a carrot on a stick. Because you're always coming from the place of, I'm not valuable yet. If I could do, if I could do one thing, if I could achieve this, if I could look like this, if I could have this, I would be valuable, right? So, but it's not like, as long as it's that, what you're saying is I'm not valuable, and that thing will make me valuable. So your value is never internal. So how can it outpicture if all that's outpicturing is what's internal? You have to decide right now, without whatever you think that you need to be valuable. You have to decide right now that you are valuable. You do deserve, right? Deserving comes from knowing your value. I deserve to have this, right? I deserve to prosper for no reason other than the fact that I woke up this morning. I deserve to prosper wildly, right? So, yes, it's available to you, but your deciding is what allows that to be your experience, to become your experience. It's what really even, like, understanding your value and your worth is what even allows you to look in that direction. Because as long as you feel like your value is outside of you, you're always going to be looking for the next thing, right? You're always going to be looking for the next whatever to make you be able to deserve. Okay? So just decide. You deserve the best life at no cost. You deserve to live your biggest dreams without sacrificing. Okay? Decide that. So back through these. Embodying love. Shift your dominant identity. And know that you deserve to live the life of your dreams. Okay? I was really inspired by these ladies because it was like, it was a physical manifestation of the life that I want to live for myself. Not that I don't want to teach you guys, because I'm always going to do this. Like YouTube, I'm always going to do. Coaching, I probably won't do forever, you guys. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be my coaching next year is going to be much more limited, just to protect my energy and so that I can enjoy my life and not work all the time. So yeah, But other than that, you guys can ask a couple questions. I'll probably stay on for like another 10 minutes. If you guys would like support, join the Discord, you guys. Do not email me questions, you guys. I'm sorry. No, there's no more coaching available for the year. So, and honestly, you guys, this is the thing. All of your questions that you have, you guys, I've probably made at least 3 videos answering that. So please utilize the free resources, you guys. This is why I pour into my videos so much, because I do want to help you for free, but that is my way of helping you for free. You don't get personal help for free, you guys. Okay? And that's just me setting boundaries for myself. But in the Discord, there is a huge community of extremely knowledgeable manifestors, okay? Extremely knowledgeable. And they all help each other. They all support each other. They all have success stories. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. So join that if you would like, okay? All right. Let me go through here. Hello, everyone that I didn't get to say hello to. Someone says, what's the opinion on Jesus? Jesus to me is the ultimate master manifester. Jesus to me is one of the most amazing embodiments of God as man, right? Thank you, Cole Weimder. So, yes, my opinion on Jesus is that is who I strive to be like in a lot of ways, right? Hey, Sheila. Yeah, that's who I strive to be like. As far as knowing that I'm not limited by my avatar. Jesus was not identified as a carpenter, as a man. Jesus was identified as God embodied. And that's why Jesus could do all the things that he could do. Jesus also said, word for word, this is not an interpretation. This is not mystics. This is not anything. It's in the Bible. And Jesus says that everything that he's doing, we can do as well, and greater. And my eternal question is, why are we not, if we can do greater, why aren't we doing at least that? Why aren't we doing at least half of that? Because everybody looks at Jesus and puts him over here, that we can never be that. We can never do that. He's out of what we could ever do, when he told us himself that that's not true. So Jesus is awesome. That's my opinion on Jesus. How do you stay in the new identity? What does that look like? Great question, LaJoy. So I feel like staying in the new identity comes from you, first of all, awareness. Because a lot of people are not aware that they're acting in the old story, okay? A lot of people are not aware. And here's something here, you guys, and some of y'all may not like it, but I don't know. Y'all can see I'm I'm like right here today. But the law of assumption has bred a lot of people who are very, I'm sorry, I don't mean this mean, but you just hear what I'm saying. The law of assumption has bred a lot of people who are both very arrogant and very ignorant. And that's a lethal combination. Because when you think you know everything and you really don't know the half, not only are you not moving correctly, but you don't give yourself even the opportunity to move correctly, because you're so like, oh no, everything I do is great and perfect, right? And of course, yes, you should feel like that about yourself, right? But you also want to be aware of when you are acting different from who you're claiming to be. You want to be aware when you're still thinking different from who you're claiming to be, right? So if you're saying to yourself, I'm the God of my reality and millions of dollars come to me every day, and I know my money story is great. And then I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? Then why are you here? Why do you, what do you need help with? Well, yeah, I'm getting evicted tomorrow. Well, your money story can't be great then. I'm sorry, bruh. And it's not to say that don't keep claiming that your money story is great, but be aware, right? Be aware that, damn, if I'm about to get kicked out of my house, my money story can't be as great as I thought, right? And so what that does, it's not that you're claiming and saying, oh, I suck. Oh, I can't make money. Oh, no, you're saying, you know what? Maybe there's a better way for me to approach this. Maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe there's something that I could learn, or even a consciousness or an epiphany that I could have that makes you open to receive. So being aware, you guys, this is key, because I talked about this in another video. You have to be aware. When you're saying, I make millions of dollars every single day, and you're thinking, oh my God, my kid, they need $20 for cheerleading practice this Friday. I don't think I'm going to have it. Well, what you're thinking as, who your identity is, right, is someone who's broke. If you're thinking, oh, Friday, I'm not going to have $20, and Friday's not even here yet, you're planning for poverty. You're planning to be broke. Okay? So if you're planning to be broke, then your money story your identity is not where it needs to be. I'm sorry. And you can't know that, right? You can't know that unless you're aware. You can't know that unless you're humble enough to look at yourself and say, where can I improve? Right? And you can do this from love, you guys. I'm not telling you to be hard on yourself or beat up on yourself. I'm just telling you to be aware. Claim that, right? Claim that. I make millions of dollars a day. But when you're telling the story, oh yeah, my daughter is going to need $20 on Friday and I don't got it. Well, right? Then, oh wait, that's lack. If $20 is like putting me in a chokehold right now, then I need to change how I'm thinking. That's a lack identity. I need to change how I'm thinking, right? So the first thing when you're changing your identity is shifting your awareness, is being aware of what's the story I'm telling, right? What's the story I'm telling? So that I can tell a new story, so that I can be aware when I'm telling that story. Oh, wow, if I'm thinking I'm not going to have $20 by Friday, then I'm really believing that this is just scarce, that money is scarce, that money is not available to me. So that's a story that I need to change. That money is available to me. It comes to me in abundance, right? That's something I need to change, right? And I know this from experience, you guys. I did this a long time with money. Well, I'm doing things. I did my affirmations. I did this, and I don't know. It just must not work. And that's the problem, you guys. If you're doing everything perfect and correct, and it's not working for you, then what's going to happen then, right? What can you do if you're doing everything perfect and it's not working? Then what can you do, right? Be open. You're so sweet, Valerie. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Lyric, don't kick out the people that compliment me. Just kick the hoes out. But like Sue Lee. But anyhow. So be aware of when you're telling the old story so that you can tell the new. And continue to choose, you guys. Continue to choose the new identity. That's it, right? Yeah, be careful, Lyric, because some of y'all kicking them out, and I want y'all to kick them out, but just, I don't want to kick out the good people. But yes, and thank you, Hearts for Rainsley. You're so sweet. Yes, the hoes. I could have said something even worse, but but continue to choose the new story, okay? Continue, persist. This is where techniques come in, okay? This is where techniques come in. For me, affirmations, scripting, all of that is me reminding myself of the decision that I made. Who am I now, right? Because your story, whatever your mental story is, whatever your mental identity is, has been running for probably 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, however many years that you've been alive. So sometimes when you suggest, yeah, I'm like this now, it may not seep in. Your track that you've been playing, your subconscious that you've been playing, it's gone. It's got a lot of momentum going. So when you're doing affirming, when you're doing scripting, it's not that you're trying to make something happen that hasn't happened, right? You are continuously deciding who you are now, who you are now, who you are now, okay? Who am I now? Who am I deciding to be today, okay? Like, really use your morning time, you guys, to redecide who you are today. Who are you going to be today? When you go throughout your day, you guys, you're going to be met with your beliefs, assumptions, and self-concept in the way of people, circumstances, and things. And so it's very beneficial for you to redecide in the morning before you have any confirmation of the old story, who you are today, what story you're agreeing with today. Okay? All right, y'all. I'll take one more question. Let me just wait down here. Okay. Thank you, CJ. I'm not, well, I am. I'm drained. I'm tired. I really am. And I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna go. But I love you guys. I'm intending that this prospers you. I'm absolutely sure that it will. If you guys would like to be a part of the group coaching on Tuesday, join tier 3. You must join from a laptop or computer if you have an iPhone. I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know why that's like that, but it's like that. And yeah, other than that, I love you guys. I will see you guys in a video like tomorrow or something.